while Leon was in the toilet, this guy turned around to me and said, do you think that I should trust him? And I said, you can never trust anybody. Leon had come out of the toilet and he put a knife in his hand. And my son was in bed and I was up against the sink. And he got the knife and he put it up to my throat. And I could feel the point of the knife. And his friend said, do it, stab her, go on, do it. And he was going to do it. He had the knife right there. I ran to the kitchen door and I closed the door and I tried to get the knife off of him. I managed to get it off after a bit of a, we had a bit of a scrap. And then his mate, I said to get out, I was screaming because my son got up and he started shouting as well. He got up and he was going, "Mummy, Mummy." And then I managed to go to the front door and I shut the door, but I didn't lock him out. I was trying to lock him out, but then I heard loads of scuffling outside. So I let Leon in and he fell to the floor and all his face was all cut open and his business partner was banging on the door. And I put him to bed and I was nursing him. Like he just put a knife up to my throat and I was nursing him because he'd been hurt. Seeing my son that scared that night, the screams that come from the bedroom that night from my son, I just couldn't comfort him. I chose him over my boy. And I needed to find a way out of this. I needed to find a way out of that relationship. And to this day, my son remembers everything. Right, this is where I was sitting when I got the text. Now if you look behind you, you can see straight into the kitchen. He was cooking dinner. When I received the text and I realised it was from a girl, he basically looked out and he looked at me. I stared up at him and he knew there was something wrong by my face. So I literally got up and I ran out here. And then he was doing something in there. I heard bang, bang, bang. And he's like, he looked at me, but I dashed out here. I was inside in the bathroom, but this to say the bathroom don't lock. I crouched down along the door, alongside the door. This is the actual hammer that he used. And whilst I was here, I was behind the door, so as you can see, right, I was panicking. So literally, I'm trying to do this, and the door would lock. And I'm down in like this, trying to get the phone, and he's literally, I've heard the banging on the door, and I'll say, well, I know it's this hammer. And then he's basically gone, bang, but how many times can you bang that until you're trying to, I mean, what is this going to achieve? This was basically to threaten me. So you can see it's sharp there as well. Basically bang, and then he wedged the door open, he's dragged me out. Why is he dragging me out? He went smack, and then I've gone down in the corner. As I've crouched down in the corner, I looked up and this hammer was right here. And he was like, yeah, go on, fucking read my phone. And I had my phone in my hand. So I got up and I was like, well, I was shouting, I'm sorry. But basically, he's taking the blame. I ran in here, he's got my phone now. I've grabbed my phone and I just went smack. I dashed it right across the wall over here. And then with that, I've grabbed this phone and I dashed it again. And there's another mark. There's one there. There's two marks on here. Oh, there's another dent there. So one's a bit lower than that. They're the scars from Leon. I've still got the blood on the door as well from that night. If you just want to follow me, I'll show you when I was talking about when he got beat up outside. Oh, and still got the knife mark in the door. See, this is, if you can hear that, that is one deep mark. That's from a knife. If If you look down here, I mean, this blood has been on my... You know how blood goes. That was what's remaining. That's what's left. And this has been on the door 4 years, 4.5 years. But I keep it there as a reminder. That is the best reminder that I think I've got of him. Because his blood, his own blood from his head, is on my door. And that is probably one of the most achievable things, or achievable marks that I've kept. And that will remain on the door. It might sound skanky, but I have my own reasons for that. Because he's never been in that much pain as he has left inside of me.